Today, the topic about today I am discussing about the topic is soil erosion and sedimentation. First of all, what do you mean by soil erosion? The upper layer of the earth crust to be eroded by any external body, any force by external body, then they are called soil erosion. That is the, for example, flood, flowing water bodies, vehicle movement, etc. Balanced ecosystem comprising soil, water and plant. Environments are essential for the survival and welfare of mankind. Our whole environment have plants, animals, water, soil, air, etc. The whole combination are called ecosystem, and when they all are in balanced condition, then they are called balanced ecosystem. Okay. Now, balanced ecosystem. However, ecosystems have been disturbed in the past due to over exploitation in many parts of the world, okay, including some parts of India. The resulting imbalance in the ecosystem is revealed through various undesirable effects like degradation of soil surfaces, frequency occurs to intense floods, etc. Okay, that is the all are examples. The large scale deforestation which occurred in the Shivalik range of the Indian Himalayas during the 1960s era caused the soil on the land surfaces to be directly exposed to the rain. Okay, this unprotected soil was radially removed from the land surface in the fragile Shivaliks by the combined section of rain and resulting flow. Okay. Vast tracts of land over the country have been irreversible, converted into infertile surfaces due to accelerated soil erosion caused by the above and other factors. These degraded land surfaces have also become a source of pollution of the natural water. Depositions of soil eroded from upland areas in the downstream reaches of rivers has caused aggradation. This has resulted in an increase in the floodplain areas of the rivers. Okay. In reduction of the clearance below bridges and culverts and in the sedimentation of reservoirs also. In the present scenario, the problem caused by soil erosion and associated sediment deposition in India is presented by these problems are first discussed in detail. Possible remedial measures are discussed in brief at the end of this lecture. Problem caused by soil erosion. Which problem occurred by soil erosion? In India, a total of 17,50,000 kilometers square out of the total land area of 3,232 lakhs 80,000 kilometers square is prone to soil erosion. Okay, in India, this value, this data is of the data is the India data. Thus, about 53% of the total land area of the India is prone to erosion. Narayana and Ram Babu is also discussed our research in 1983. Areas affected by soil erosion in India can be broadly grouped into two categories, representing firstly the Himalayan and lower Himalayan regions, and secondly other regions. Firstly Himalayan, lower Himalayan region, and secondly other regions. Two types of region occurred here. The Himalayan and lower Himalayan region, most parts of the Himalayan, particularly the Shivaliks, which represent the foothills of the Himalayas in the northern and eastern Indian states, are comprised of sandstone grids and conglomerates with the characteristics of fluvial deposits and with deep soils. These formations are geologically weak, unstable, and hence highly prone to erosion. This above types of soil is erosion prone soils, not to be easily eroded. Okay. Accelerated erosion has occurred in this region due to intensive deforestations, large scale road construction, mining and cultivations on steep slopes. Approximately 30,000 kilometers square have been severely eroded in the northeastern Himalayas due to shifting cultivation. In that paper, Narayana and Ram Babu paper published in 1983. Deforestation and associated soil erosion has caused desertification of land in Shivalik Hills in Hoshiarpur district of the Punjab state, extent to degraded land in the area was 194 km square in 1852, 2000 km square in 1939, while it increased to 20,000 km in 1981. That is the Patnaik in research paper. Uttar Pradesh, Waldia 1985. In addition, about 45% of the perennial hill springs in these areas go dry during the non-monsoon seasons. Only in monsoon season, it is a wet conditions. Because of the reduction in groundwater storage resulting from the erosion of the previous soil hazards, that is the Waldia in 1985 is also published in journal paper. Landslides are the other dominant cause of soil erosion and related problems in the Himalayas. Figure provided in map. Next slide. In next slide, please. And this is the Himalaya region. Earthquake of magnitude more than 8 Richter scale. There is a map showing landslides prone areas of India based on a grade of Kotania, Gangetok, Dehradun region, which is seen in that region on the map, which is see here, this region, that region, this region. Okay, they all are basically all are soil erosion prone areas where the soil eroded easily by the condition of monsoon. Okay, An intense thunderstorm over the Alaknanda Valley in the Himalayan during 1970 leads to severe erosion, landslides, and breaching of the barriers which had developed across the Alaknanda River and its tributaries. The sediment load thus increased enormously, and the concentration of sediment in the Ganga River at Haridwar, okay, which is all are shown in the below given map. Thus, the upper Ganga canal, which diverts water from the Ganga at Haridwar, had to carry a very heavy sediment load. The consequences of the heavy sediment load entering the canal are discussed below next slides. Notations: delta sign denotes here, which you see here, okay. They were standing landslides. Zigzag line shows landslides from prone areas. Circle represent earthquake of magnitude between 7 to 8, and earthquake is the average 24 hours rainfall upon ER is the average 24 hour rainfalls upon average annual rainfall. Main central thrust, clear line, and dotted line is main boundary thrust. Geodynamically, crucial thrust is represented by circle and below in between dot line, one dot. The other regions of India affected by severe erosion include the severely eroded gullied lands along the banks of the rivers Yamuna, Chambal, Mahi, and other east flowing rivers in Gujarat state, and the southern rivers, namely the Kaveri and the Godavari river systems. Sheet and reel erosion is the most severe problem in the catchments of these rivers. As a result, agricultural production is greatly affected on the red soils, which cover an area of 7,20,000 km square in the basins of the Chambal and Godavari. The depth of these soils is limited to 200 millimeter. In most of these areas, the lateritic soil, which are associated with rolling and undulating topography, have been found to lose about 4,000 ton kilometer inverse to 2 of valuable topsoil annually due to erosion in peninsular India, and research by Rambabus. Methods for sedimentation of soil erosion in India. Many methods here. Measurement through the use of estimation of procedures, survey for determination of soil erosion rates from catchments, and deposition rates in reservoirs are frequently conducted by the various governmental agencies in India, that is the ICAR and ICBIB. Measurement of sediment load are made in many rivers across the country by other government agencies, CS and WC, that is Central Water Commissions. All are to calculate the how to sediment are deposited in that particular condition, that region of the water bodies. However, the other hydrological data such as rainfall, runoff are available for the majority of rivers. Basin estimation procedures can be therefore used to estimate erosion rates for such catchment areas. Okay, and this is the basic formula to calculate how to calculate the sediment yield, that is the SAM. Sediment mean annual sediment yield is centimeter is equal to Cp to the power 0.6, Fe 1.7, S 0.0125 and Dd 0.1, and bracket within bracket P max upon P multiplied by 0.019. Okay, where Fe is the 0.8 Fa plus 0.6 Fg plus 0.3 Ff plus 0.1 Fw upon A, where all notations explains below. C is a coefficient depending on the geographical location of this particular catchment area. P is the average annual rainfall in centimeter. S is the land slope. Dd is the drainage density in kilometer square. Kilometer inverse minus 2. P max is the average maximum monthly rainfall in centimeter, and A is the catchment area in kilometer square. F is the defined as the erosion factor, and F is the area of arable land in the catchment. Fg is the area occupied by grass and scrub, while Fw is the area of wasteland, and Ff is the forested areas. The all notations which will represented in that formula, as the explanation is explained above. The data from 154 catchments in India concerning the variables on the right hand side of equations 1, and now high erosion rates value and fonts in the northern eastern region parts of Punjab, UP, Bihar and certain areas of many catchment areas. The formula is below here. Now, problems due to soil depositions. What problem occurs when the soil is to be deposited by the any water bodies? The soil eroded and transported from headwater catchments can be deposited at downstream points in the river or any water bodies, causing many problems. For instance, a bridge, which is shown in the map. Okay, and this is the problem of sedimentation in any water bodies like a reservoir, any water bodies, etc. Remedial measures of this soil erosion. The general problems due to soil erosion and depositions illustrated above are worldwide problems. It is not a small area problem, it is a worldwide problem and not restricted into India. However, for sustainable development, it will be essential to truly understand and solve these problems. For this purpose, a detailed screening analysis should first be carried out to identify areas of severe erosion and sedimentation sites. A greater number of streams will have to be gauged to determine their sediment loads. Also, detailed reservoirs surveys will have to be carried out. Next, priority catchments and reservoirs may be selected for experimentation to study the effectiveness of soil conservation measures and reservoir operation policies. And finally, the technologies thus developed for sediment management could be transported by expanding these sediment management activities to the other catchment and reservoir. Various programs of soil conservation are currently receiving high priority in India. However, it seems to be a difficult task to control erosion over vast tracts of lands by soil conservation practices alone. Nevertheless, the problem of reservoir sedimentation can be brought under control by construction of upstream sediment traps and by evolving effective procedures for sediment routing and sediment removal from existing reservoirs like to problem facing the sedimentation problem. Okay. Now sediments measurement of sedimentation. How to measure the sedimentation? Firstly, erosion occurred, and secondly, it is deposited by the water bodies. That is the sedimentation or deposition. Sediments play an important role in elemental cyclic in the aquatic environment, as noted in this chapter. They are responsible for transporting a significant proportion of the many nutrients and contaminants. They also mediated their uptake, storage, release, and transfer between environmental compartments. Most sediment in surface water derives from surface erosion and comprises a mineral component arising from the erosion of bed rock and organic component arising during soil formation processes, etc. For the purposes of aquatic monitoring, that is, the sediment can be classified as deposited or suspended parts. Two parts. Deposited sediment is that found on the bed of a river or lake. Suspended sediment is that found in the water column where it is being transported by water movements. Okay. Suspended sediment is also referred to the suspended matter, that is the particulate matter or suspended solids. Generally, the term suspended solids refers to mineral plus organic solids, whereas suspended sediment should be restricted to the mineral fraction of the suspended solids load. Sediment transport in river is associated with a wide variety of environmental and engineering issues, which are outlined in table given below. Table which is explained with the help of this table and this data. Good environmental practices in agriculture, which may include contour ploughing and terracing, helps to protect against soil loss and against contamination of surface of water. Here a table issued associated with sediment transport in rivers, which this table has three columns. First column has sediment size, second column have environmental issues, and third column have associated engineering issues. Which types of issues occur? Silts and clay. Environmental issues: erosion, especially loss of topsoil in agricultural areas, gulling, high sediment loads to reservoir, chemical transportation of nutrient metals and chlorinated organic compounds, that is the associated engineering to drinking water supply. Many problems occur developed by the sedimentation. Second problem is sand, riverbed and bank erosion. If sand is present, therefore riverbed and bank erosion both are eroded. River channels, depositions, navigation problem, instability of river cross sections. Not stable of river is the unstable conditions. Riverbed and bank erosion, that is the sedimentation in reservoir, therefore riverbed and bank are eroded. Habitable disturbance occurred. Gravel problem develop. Gravel instability when dredged for aggregate, that is the instability of river channel leads to problems of navigation and flood control. Habitat disturbance. Okay, so overall in table which have we see that all are the problem occurred or developed by the erosion, soil erosion by reservoir, by rivers or water streams. Okay. Now, types of sediment transport. Suspended land comprise sand plus silt plus clay sized particles that are held in suspension because of the turbulence of the water, and the suspended load is further divided into the wash load, which is generally considerable to be the silt plus clay sized material is less than 62 micrometer in particle diameter and is often referred to as fine grained sediment. The wash load is mainly controlled by the supply of the material. Usually the size amount of the size is greater than 62 micrometer in particle size, whatever. Okay, in many rivers suspended sediment, that is the mineral fraction, forms most of the transported load are occurred in the sedimentation process. Sedimentation measurement. How to measure the sedimentation? While the underlying theory is well known, the measurement of sediment transport requires that many simplifying assumptions are made. This is largely because sedimentation transport is a dynamic phenomena. It is not a stationary phenomenon, it is a dynamic phenomena, and measurement techniques cannot register the ever-changing conditions that exist in water bodies. Particularly in river systems, some of the sources of extreme variability in sediment transport are discussed below. First type affects, that is the first one is the particle size, and particle size is given in the table. Particle descriptions, that is the Cobell, particle size in millimeter 256 to 64 to 64 millimeter, not 264 to 256 to 64 millimeter, that is the Cobells, which are called Cobells. Cohesive property, non-cohesive property, which is not cohesive, because this is the larger in size. Gravel range, size range, particle size range 64 millimeter to 2 millimeter, which is gravel. Very coarse sand, which is the size is 2 millimeter to 1 millimeter, non-cohesive sediment property. Okay. Coarse sand 1 to 0.5 millimeter, medium sand 0.5 to 0.258 millimeter, fine sand 1.125 to 0.063 millimeter, silt 0.063 to 0.004 millimeter, that is the cohesive sediment. And the last one is the clay size. Clay size is 0.004 to 0.00024 in millimeter. The above all are the particle size distributions which is present in our sedimenting deposition criteria. Composition of sediment. The amount and nature of suspended load in water bodies is affected by the availability of sediment as well as by the turbulent forces in the water. The sand component of the suspended load in a river originates mainly from the river bed. Okay. Variation in concentration of suspended sediments with water depth of sand, silt and clay as measured, and which is shown in the graph, which is here river bed and here deep depth of the water in meter. Coarse sand up to 5 meter is to be sedimented. Medium sand up to 10, fine. Okay, all different criteria of the particle size to be deposited in all another types of shape, and graph represents hysteresis effects. A rainstorm causes an increase in discharge and an associated increase in turbulence in a river. This turbulence takes bed sediments into suspension, leading to relatively high concentrations of suspended material in the water. Okay. Some typical hysteresis effects observed in suspended sediment Sample numbers are those noted in the storm hydrograph illustrated in the insert. Sampling for sediment. The methods and equipment used for sampling suspended sediment are different from those used for deposited sediments. Also, sampling methods for measurements of the quality of sediment in transport are different than for measurement of sediment quality. Okay. There are four main types of samples for suspended sediments. That is the integrated samples, instantaneous grab sampler, pump sampler, and sedimentation traps. Four types of the sampler we are using. Each has a water inlet nozzle and an air outlet bent pipe to be attached. As the water and suspended sediment enter, air is displaced through the air bent outlet pipe. Each has a metal body for weight that includes a glass or plastic bottle for retaining the sample. The bottle is changed after each sample is taken. Okay. And here, which is the sampler, water sampler, sediment sampler, which is shown in the figure. That is the bottle. Warding rod 2 meter long, up to 2 meter long, attached to the container, and it is fitted to the stream bed level, that is the foot, and clamp to hold a bottle of warding rod. Intake nozzles 5 to 15 millimeter diameter, copper or plastic tubing, air bent outlet pipe 2 to 5 millimeter diameter, direction of flow to reverse directions. It is to be fitted in the given water bottle sampler. Okay. Now, measurement of suspended sediments, that is the particle size of sand plus silt plus clay. Three combinations are given here, which is the formula of the calculation of the sediment particle, calculation of the sediment parts. All are formula estimation of the estimating suspended sediment concentrations, sediment quality, and now sample collection or preparation, how to prepare to collect the sample, which is seen here. The source of the all slides, and the result of sediment quality analysis are usually expressed as milligram per gram or milligram per gram dry weight, or milligram liter inverse per liter, or milligram per liter of sample volume. Since coarser particles tend to have low concentrations of metals, nutrients and organic micropollutants, a high proportion of coarse particles, for example sand, in a sample tends to dilute the contaminants concentration for the whole sample. This is known as the matrix effect, provided that the fraction less than 63 millimeter, with which most metals tends to be associated, accounts for at least 30 to 40% of the total sample. The following collections can be applied: corrected value in microgram per gram. Trace metal concentration microgram per gram divided by percent of sample is less than 63 micrometer. The percentage less than 63 millimeter can be determined by wet sieving a sample of known dry weight through a pre-weight 63 millimeter screen and reweighing the screen and content after drying. This correction is only useful when there is a need to know the likely concentration of the pollution and that fraction of the sample, that is less than 0.63 micrometer component, which actually carries the pollutants, or when the chemistry of different sediment samples is being compared, in which case the correction normalizes the sample chemistry for grain size effects, that is the eliminates the matrix effect. Okay, therefore we conclude the complete topic, that is the sediment erosion and sedimentation. When the erosion, then next step is the deposition or sedimentation process, because any river, any stream, any water bodies to have silt, sand, clay in suspended part as well as in any part, therefore it to be deposited after some times in due to the Stokes law and with the help of the Newton's law. Okay.